And I have the pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker tonight, Coach Ruben Guzman. Now, this is a man that can speak firsthand about turning his life around. In 1995, he said, "I do not like the way I look, I do not like the way I feel, and I'm going to do something about it." Well, he lost 50 pounds and pretty much turned his life around. He's a trainer, and he's just a tremendous, tremendous individual. So please offer a warm welcome to Coach Guzman.
Take it away, guys. Okay.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you, everyone. It is my honor and my privilege to be with you this evening. Years ago, I was actually part of an organization that preceded this organization. It was called the California Wellness Information Network. Anybody remember that organization? A few of us here. That's great. So it's just a thrill to be with all of you. And one thing that I really want you to know about me is that I am passionately and totally committed that people live healthy, happy, and productive lives. That is my stand in the world. That is what I'm passionately committed to. That is what I give my life to. So I want to start off with an acknowledgement. I've read through the award winners' profiles of their successes, and I want to say congratulations. A job well done. Please acknowledge that. It's awesome. I've seen such dramatic results in the programs that have been conducted, and the people that have been involved, their lives have been changed. It's awesome to see that happening. It wasn't such the case 20 years ago when I started off as a health educator. It wasn't happening. So it's really nice to see that. And there is something else to see as well. As much as there is great progress that's being made, there is still a great amount of room for improvement. There is a long ways to go. You are the champions of a revolution for health. Did you know that? This is a revolution that we are in the midst of right now. There was a revolution that occurred in this country in 1776. The American people had had enough. They said they had enough of oppression, enough of tyranny, of taxation without representation. And 52 men signed a document and said, "We commit our lives and our very honor to freedom and independence." My friends, we are in the throes of a revolution. We are in the midst of declaring our claim for freedom. Freedom of the chronic diseases of health, of cancer, heart disease, diabetes, strokes, osteoporosis, and autoimmune disorders. We are in the throes of declaring our independence from pharmaceutical drugs and from needless surgeries. We are in the midst of a revolution, and you are part of that revolution. So we have a long ways to go. And as revolutionaries, we are making a stand for the beginning of a new era in this country. That's what we are taking a stand for. So I congratulate you for being those kinds of revolutionaries. And being part of a revolution, we must be committed to actually taking responsibility for a new beginning. Now in 1776, they pointed the finger of blame at King George and the English Empire. When they wrote the Declaration of Independence, it was listed with a whole bunch of grievances. Today, we could point the finger of blame. We could. We could point the finger of blame at the government, at the United States Department of Agriculture, at the Food and Drug Administration, the Dairy Council, the Meat Council, fast food restaurants, all of that. We could point the finger of blame, but will it make a difference? No. It will make no difference whatsoever. Einstein said that the significant problems we face cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. So I'll say it again. The significant problems we face cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. So what was Einstein telling us there in that quote? By the way, you can participate at this point. Who can tell me? What was Einstein telling us? Raise your hand, please. Please, somebody. What did you get from that? Yes, back there.
That you have to think outside of the box. You have to come up with something new. And you have to distance yourself from the original thing and come up with something completely different.
Absolutely correct. You must come up with some new way of thinking, something totally new. What else? There's something else in that quote. I want you to get it. Let's see if we can get it. Something else. The significant problems we face cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. Yes?
We have to take ownership for creating those problems in the first place.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Yes. We have to take ownership for the fact that we created the problems that we have. Now, did we intentionally do that? No. I don't think any of you got up at some morning and said, gee, I think I'll gain an extra 45 pounds of fat, increase my cholesterol to 280, increase my blood pressure to 170 over 110, and have a heart attack by the time I'm 42. Nobody woke up and said that when they were 20 years old. Did anybody? I don't think so. The thing is, we have to take ownership for the fact that, yes, we did create our problems. Who's responsible for our body? It would be us. So the thing is, we have at a subconscious level, we have been duped. We have bought into misinformation completely. And we bought it hook, line, and sinker. My father was from Mexico. He was a street kid for 5 years. One of the things that I got from my father was this wisdom. He said, do not believe everything you hear. If you do, they will call you sucker. My friends, we have a nation of suckers, don't we? We have believed information for the sake of marketing and money and for manufacturers of whatever products they're selling. And we've bought it hook, line, and sinker. And we have the greatest levels of cancer, diabetes, and heart disease on the face of the planet. We are suckers. So for us to be able to actually do something about it, we must create a breakthrough. A breakthrough in our performance and our health. So what is a breakthrough? What does a breakthrough mean to you? Somebody at this table. What does a breakthrough mean to you? Somebody? Participate. Raise your hand. What's a breakthrough mean to you? Anybody? Yes?
Something that's going to eliminate disease completely.
Something that's going to eliminate disease completely. Yes. Over here. Table 7. What's a breakthrough mean to you? Yes? Something you've never done before. Yes. One more. Okay. Table 6. I'm going to pick on you. Okay, what's a breakthrough mean to you? Table 6. Somebody?
Major change in behavior.
Absolutely, a major change in behavior. Now, all of those are perfectly valid definitions of a breakthrough. Now, for the purposes of this conversation, I'm going to use martial arts as a metaphor. Now, has anybody here ever broken a board with your hand, your bare hand? Anybody here broken a board with your bare hand? Anybody here? A couple of you? Okay. Those of you who have, please do not reveal the answer until I call on you. Okay. So you, sir, what is your name?
Scott.
Scott, have you ever broken a board with your bare hand? No. Would you be willing to work with me? I promise no physical harm will come to you. Okay, so you just get to sit there. So, Scott, if I was holding up a board, let's say 12 inches by 12 inches and about an inch thick, and I braced myself and I held it up here and I said, okay, Scott, using your hand, focus and break the board. What would you focus on in order to break the board?